Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Nungu.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your host, LaSalle Nungu. Appreciate you joining me here, Penny Stocks Live, the American Investor Show. Shout out to the people coming into the chat room. This is episode 282. All right, almost to the magical 300. Shout out to everybody coming into the chat room. All right, we continue across the market on our downside swing. We were going higher until the middle of the day, and the great Decepticon made a tweet, made a comment or two, and sent the market going lower. All right, sent the market going lower. I think if we go to the morning chart, here we can go. Here was the setup in the morning. Was looking really good. I mean, we were headed in the right direction going into the morning, and then all of a sudden we had some comments made about 11:55:12, and sure enough, market couldn't hold any kind of attempt at a recovery, and we go lower. 164.48 right now on the Qs. Same thing you'll see on the SPY. Only thing is drag, probably even a slightly lower angle, but for the most part, both the Qs as well as the industrials down accordingly. Okay. Big, huge sell-off and vehicle stocks today. Those of you guys, I had to run out of my Ford. I mean, I just, I had to run the hell up out of there. Ford, GM took a beating today. I got a nice little thing when I was watching. Shout out to the people in the chat room: Dr. Butterfly, Wande Casa, John Rambo. You said brain dead from figuring out your cap gains today. 05 game face, what's going on? Bill Betts, hello. Poker Pro, what's going on, man? You say you're feeling the love of CEI. I mean, that's good to see that stock running CEI because it's been beat up for a long time. Stockerfellow, what's going on? Adam, Shaquille Emmanuel, Juan Diaz, Fisher G, Gucci, Crypto Mike, Callie Rob, John Rambo, Eric Donahue, Christille, Random Stock Run, JT the Bullhead Trader, DPG, John J. Smith, William Sledge, Jeff Thayer, Ken, what's going on? Chris McKinney first in the building. Appreciate you watching and those watching in the future. So let's get to it. Got a trader wanting to look up CEI to start things off. And again, yes, and as I just mentioned, it's been a stock that's been beat up for a long time. Here and there pull it up because I know it can run. I know it can run when, people like it. If we go back to the past, you can find some multiple day gains in the chart from a while back, this one being this summer. But, again, since that time, it's been a big loser. Stock was up 16% today. I see the company paid down some debt a couple of days ago. But, the float's pretty big last I checked. They can do a lot better with that. 646, you're on the air. Ken, what's going on?
What's up? How are you, Sal?
Doing good.
We're getting ready for like a hurricane type nor'easter here in the New York area. It's going to be bad. bad. What are you going to do? I hope I have power tomorrow.
Right. Or snowstorm. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're saying it could be a few inches. It could be a foot. They're having a hard time trying to pin it down, but nevertheless, 50, 60 mile an hour winds, 2 to 3 inches of rain, coastal flooding, bad. So
okay.
What are you going to do? But anyway, let's get to the market. The RXMD made a nice move in the afternoon today. That's that progressive corp. It broke out of the pennant that had formed over the last 2 to 3 days and closed at 10.3.
Yeah, this has been a really nice trade for multiple days. I mean, we've pretty much look. If you're in it, congrats to you. But for the most part, we're out, sitting this one out because I mean, it's already did its major moves. Now I think you're just counting down the days to the pullback back to the sevens. But again, anyone who's holding long, I mean, they're squeezing every dime they can out of it. And this is what happens when you play penny stocks right. I mean, again, coming from 1 cent to 10 cents, you're up over 1,000%. Over the course of, what is that, 60 days now? So, I mean, $1,000 went to 10 grand. I mean, if you were bold enough to hold it that long, but a shout out to anybody who was in it.
Yeah, very good. Can we talk about those 3 biotech ones that I've been bringing up the last few days? The ATOS, AKER, BPMX. They're really strong in a weak market.
Yeah, I think AKER took a dump today, didn't it?
It did. It's funny. It got down to 68. It got down to 6. Somewhere in the 60s. Then it came back.
Yeah, I saw AKER. Oh, okay. Yeah, it did come back. Okay, so AKER. Yeah, I pulled up the chart and it was down like 10%. I was like, what the heck? I figured it was a typical sell off. Here was the move. AK, here it is. Yeah, we moved up higher. We had gapped open. It was a gap open, and then it started selling off. And yeah, you just had dip buyers come in, and sure enough, you had some increased volume there toward the end of the day. Power hour, AKER finding buyers there toward the end of the day, coming from red to green, last hour of the trading day.
My favorite of them is the ATOS. I like that one. It's the smallest float, $25 million in the float, 10% of it's short. I think if they have some kind of cure for it's with cancer, and you would have talked, if it's a cancer stock, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, cancer, of course, huge news. I mean, obviously, it seems like the story has got some meat to it because they're holding it, multiple days now. You're talking well over the month of February. You're funneling between 58 and 70. Now you're at 73 cents a share, looking to fill. Actually, why do I have that line here? I'm trying to figure out why.
I think it did gap back in.
Yeah, it probably did gap way back when. Where are we at on the 200 on there? Oh, wow. So we're sitting right on the 200.
Interesting.
For ATOS. Yeah, if you pull up the 200 moving average, we're just on top of the line now. So let's see. Let's see if we can, commit to those higher levels and bounce off here and continue this moving forward. We got a lot of room on that RSI to move higher. And I see MACD is crossing as well right now. So very bullish is the pattern that's being shown here. We'll see if buyers continue to stick around.
Cool. So we'll see. Your thoughts today with Trump coming out saying about this the tariff on steel next Thursday.
Yeah.
Larry Kudlow, who's a very close advisor, is going to meet with him last week. He was furious that Trump did that. Whatever Trump said he promised in his election campaign, he wants to deliver on. But this is dangerous.
Yeah, very, very dangerous. I mean, this is very left field. I mean, he sounds like Barack Obama a little bit. I mean, when you talk about this kind of this is something straight out of the Democratic Party playbook. So to see him talk about this, I think he's trying to really give his base something. And when I say his base, I'm not talking about the ideological side of his base, but really the workers side of his base, that crossover frustrated Democrat who voted for Trump. I think he's trying to do something for them going into what's that what's it called, like the 2 years in between the presidency. I can't remember what it's called, but he's trying to put something out there for them right? Because he's going into a very tough election cycle, for people in the House as the Senate as well. But this is very, very dangerous because it brings what could be a lot of also, what's the word for it? Just retaliation, from other countries.
Right.
China, Canada came out today and said they're definitely going to fight back against this. China is talking about putting restrictions on U.S. grains. I mean, that's huge. So there could be some hell to pay for this. So we'll see whether or not Trump's got what it takes to fight through any kind of resistance. I know he doesn't have that much support in terms of outside of his own base, but we can see what let's see what happens, man. I really can't put it together because this is something that I guess he's a Republican. He shouldn't be doing this.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I'm really confused. I'm gonna watch the strength of the dollar and watch the 10-year Treasury, the 10-year rates, because everyone was so worried about the 10-year rates. It's going to go over 4%, and it's going to kill us. Meanwhile, the 10-year bond, if you look at this evening, we're down at 2.8. We were as high as 2.96 last week. So that's a positive, I think.
Well, I mean, if he passed the tariffs, that's going to change. But right now, it's all talk, and everybody's trying to figure out whether or not he's got the power to make it happen. So let's see if he gets some supporters on his end to come through, or is he ends up just having supports of Democrats, because they've been really quiet on this issue because they're all for it.
Right, that's true. It's true. And the steel stocks, the U.S. Steel and ACAS popped, and they came back down. So
they came back down. Also, I saw Jim Cramer kind of shit on X a little bit. I mean, he had a caller on the show today talk about X, and he said, look, the stock is up, but at the end of the day, we like buying good companies. So slight little hit towards X. I mean, is X poorly ran? I don't know too much about the company besides the fact that it is the biggest steel producer in the United States.
Yeah, we'll see. Just one more topic, cryptocurrency. I'm just looking at the investing.com. Bitcoin is up 8% this evening, 800 to 11,100. That's interesting.
I don't know what I don't know what it is about it. These guys, at the end of the day, it had its fun. You've got a lot of people who have a sour taste in their mouth because of it. And let's see. Until we get back to 19,000, and I'll play for the breakout. But other than that, I could give a damn what
CLF, right? Yeah. Other ways to make money, right? All right. Enjoy. Thank you, Sal.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ken.
All right.
Yeah. I could give a damn what Bitcoin's doing, man. So, let me know when it's back at 19,000. Let me know when it's back at 19,000. All right. Or back to 1,000. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, VTNL. Shout out to Black Box Stocks. VTNL put that Black Box put out that alert on VTNL. I think it was less than 3 minutes into the trading day. I did post that on Twitter. Huge alert on VTNL. In fact, let's pull the chart up. VTNL. Veterinary Online Supply. We had pulled up the ticker. Did we pull this up yesterday? I think we did pull it up yesterday. I want to say we did. But this is a stock that, had reached highs of about 110% before cooling off significantly from the morning. But you left a lot of people up there who don't know how to trade penny stocks. But it was up there for quite a while, VTNL. 703, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, sir? How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Hey, I just saw the interview. It was great. It was you guys did a great interview.
Appreciate it, man. Shout out to David Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's two stocks. They're both OTC, but I think they're for the long term, okay?
Mm-hmm.
One is the old company I told you about, GIGL, Giggles and Hugs.
Oh, Giggles and Hugs, the kids restaurant company out of Los Angeles that signed Tia and Tamara, the girls who used to be childhood actors, still are actors, to pump their company. GIGL has kind of lost quite a bit of luster since the 20-cent days, right, from last summer. But
but now it's like 30 or 40
yeah,
cents.
it's been interesting to see quite a bit of volume slowly coming back into the stock.
And the other one would be ERBB.
ERBB, yeah, American Green. American Green. Okay, so ERBB, what's your analysis of the situation? Why do you like the company? Because I have some thoughts on it, but I want to hear why you think going along here makes sense.
Because it's right now it's in Phoenix, Arizona, but it's trying to do California. And California is when they legalized the marijuana since Trump became president during that term. So,
okay.
And I think they bought like a multi-million dollar ranch so they can grow their own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they got their own website, AmericanGreen.com.
Yeah. ERBB, in my opinion, I wouldn't go long here. Again, this is just my opinion. The float is ridiculous on ERBB right now. Also, yes, they did buy a marijuana farm. Well, not even a marijuana. They just bought a farm. Period. They bought literally a whole city. It's called Nipton, California. But here's the problem: the city that they bought is in a dry county. So if you're going to go there, which what they were trying to create is a marijuana land, right, for people to go there and smoke, you've got to bring your own marijuana. So, really doesn't make sense for, it just doesn't make sense for the company at all. I mean, it's a BYOM kind of place, and I just didn't understand the acquisition. They paid $5 million for it. Most of it, they're giving, shares to those lenders for literally half a penny or so, something like that. This is ridiculously low. But
you're not lying.
Not a big fan of the company.
I've been trying these options on paper.
Okay.
It's great, but I can't do it in real life. It's too damn expensive. But have you seen what Amazon's been doing for the last couple of goddamn months?
Yeah, Amazon's a buy here. I mean, look, Amazon's going to be a buy for the next 5 years or until the government steps in and calls them a monopoly and does the right thing and breaks them into 4 or 5 different companies. They got to break themselves into a streaming service, break themselves into possibly a distribution service, break themselves into an online retail. There are about 4 or 5 businesses inside of Amazon right now that shouldn't be there. I mean, this company is way too powerful, and it's literally affecting the way other companies trade. When you have stocks like good companies like Kroger, down 15, 20, 25% on the year because Amazon went and bought Whole Foods. That's not cool. So it's affecting the way other businesses operate, and that goes to show the incredible kind of pricing power that Amazon has right now that they shouldn't honestly have in a real true capitalist sense.
Yeah, because they bought that Ring company. Now ADP is like in trouble too.
Yeah. In fact, let me see here. Is it ADT their ticker too as well? Let's see.
No.
Because I'm trying to figure out.
They bought this Ring company.
Yeah, no. I'm very familiar with the Ring company. ADT stock trades weird though. I'm not familiar too much with ADT and their stock. But yeah, I mean, look, Amazon. Look, they practically already record all your information you order from them, like any other retailer. But now you're giving them the information of damn near everybody who comes to your house if you're a Ring user. So here's another way for Amazon to get information on your life and use that to, get into your pockets.
Hey, for me, I just don't like Alexis, because once you order enough stuff from Alexis, she might order it just for you now. Like, I didn't actually order that. Oops, I thought you needed more because you did order it like every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. All right. So it kind of orders for you after a certain period of time.
I'm just saying it might do that.
Sure.
Like, might start doing that. Or the government could use Alexis to listen into you, if you know what I mean. Because you can talk to Alexis. How does Alexis not and Lexus can talk
Well,
to you.
they're already listening to you. Again, the government is already in partnership with many of these. Again, I don't want to get into that conversation because it can go other ways. But yes, I mean, look, if your phone, my phone is an Android, if it understands you saying "Okay, Google," that means it understands everything else you're saying around your phone. So they're already recording everything we're doing around our phone. So it is what it is. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call, man.
No problem. Have a good evening.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. That's Fisher G with the call. What's going on, Bats? All right. So let's get to your tickers. What's going on, Shirley Lewis with BSTI? I'm going up the charts. All right. BSTI. I remember you bringing up BSTI. Again, don't know too much about the company. Give me a call. Let me know what the story is. I do see here it is going in the right direction. BSTI now 1042, up 7% today. All right, up 7% today. Looks like a Chinese company. Air Freight Courier Services. Nice play, headed in the right direction, crossing over that 50 MA or 50 RSI, excuse me. MACD crossover at that time as well. Beautiful buy signal and, great hold. All right, great hold. Nonetheless, BSTI increasing volume as well. So, nice volume day for the stock. All right. Strikeforce Technologies long. Yeah, we talked about Strikeforce Technologies about a week ago now. We called it a long at that time. And sure enough, as you can see here, yes, very much so. Indicators are going in the right direction for Strikeforce Technologies. Was a buy in those lows, and you're getting the confirmation of the bullish nature now that you see over the last week and a half. Strikeforce Technologies. 919 Bats, what's going on, man?
Hey Sal, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Traveling this week, but doing just fine. Hanging out in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Did you get to see the the options volume on AKS today?
I know it was
GE.
ridiculous, way beyond average. I saw it blowing up on Black Box. Incredible volume. I'd love to have seen the stock actually do a lot better, but still 9%. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I really like you. I want to see it break through $6, and that seems to be just a tough resistance for it. But looks like a lot of. I thought Trump would get a lot of support for these tariffs. It doesn't sound like he's getting support. I think it's only the steel and the aluminum company executives that are happy with him. Everyone else is not, because apparently it's going to raise the price of cars in the auto industry, and people aren't happy about that. At least people on that side of the industry.
Yeah, right, and it also doesn't bode well for NAFTA, and it doesn't bode well for the future of that situation if he follows through with it. But again, look, he made it very clear that he was going to be someone who's going to rock the boat, and we got what we voted for, what the American people voted for. So AKS is benefiting from that right now. You'd love to see it, like you said, break above 6 to really show, all right, this is going to be a beneficiary of that. If he follows through and gets it done, I think no doubt it goes higher. Based on them getting more business, because they're going to have a hard time importing cheap Chinese steel, and AKS as well as ticker X will soar because of that.
Yeah. Well, what's surprising to me really are the options calls. I mean, that's way out of the money at $7 for an April 20th expiration. That's crazy.
Yeah,
we
let me pull that up. April. Let's see. Yeah,
I think it's April 20th. For a $7 strike price.
Yes, I do. That's huge open interest. Look at that. Yeah, I am seeing that. Almost 6,000 calls. Open interest right now already for 6, and then another 3,300 available for 7. So right now they're relatively cheap, and the spreads are tight too. Look, on 23 cents right now for AKS. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of time, all right? I mean, you got what, 30? Well, actually, yeah, just over, just over 30 days. Wow.
Yeah, I'm okay with that timeline. That's not bad, but until it breaks 6, I personally wouldn't say let's shoot for 7, unless I think next week is when they'll actually officially sign it off.
Okay.
And then maybe that's when it's going to break. Because right now, all Trump said is that, yes, we're going for 25% increase in tariffs on steel and 10% on aluminum. And then it will officially be signed off next week.
Okay.
So maybe next week it breaks past 6, and maybe it heads towards 7. But I think it's a little premature to shoot for 7 right now.
Yeah, I think that I agree too, especially, being April 20th. I mean, $7 April 20th. But here's the thing though, Bats. I mean, if he gets it done, I don't see why $7 isn't out of the question though. I mean, I don't, if he gets it done, we know who the people are going to, the beneficiaries, AKS and X. There's really no one else.
Right.
So why don't they go to 7? I think at these prices too, 23 cents a call right now. I think why not, put a couple 100 or a couple thousand, those who can't afford that, and see what happens.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but yeah, that's all I have for you tonight, Sal. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Bats.
No problem. Take care.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Bad Scientist, traveling, but still taking the time to visit the show. I appreciate you so much, Bad Scientist, for taking the time to do that. AKS, pull the chart out a little bit here. I mean, we're fighting with the 200 here. And again, this is a great catalyst to get us above it, but we didn't get the commit today. Tomorrow is another day. We'll see. 857, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Sal?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
FPV Jungle.
All right, and what you got for us, man?
Hey, no, I was just calling to elaborate on AKS and Still. I think it's a go all day. If you remember a couple episodes, I talked about it because like Still is part of our national defense. Our carriers, everything that protects all our interests is part of Still. And if your competitors are controlling Still, then your infrastructure is weak. So I think Trump's doing the right thing, and Still is definitely going to be a long go for definitely for AKS because they got the most growth out of all of them. So I think Still is definitely going to be a bull.
Okay. Now, are you concerned at all of the side effects of what could happen because of this? Or is there?
No, nope, not at all. Because Vladimir Putin said that he got some new range nuclear missiles, and he got water drone missiles that he can send. So what's going on is Trump's doing everything in our interests of Americans, and I made a lot of money from Trump today, so I'm happy.
There it is, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So, hey, he's all the way with him. He's all the way in him. All right. And there's quite a bit of news out there. Again, China has came out and said China will retaliate against Trump tariffs. This is the Chinese ambassador. Trump tariffs will hit 8 countries the hardest. China is one of them. All right. 862, what's going on?
Hey, this is Jerry again.
Oh, what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to, we talked about last couple times I called about those videos that you sent out, but this AKS is like a perfect one that you could actually do right live on the air with those videos. The way the guy sets up the RSI and the MACD.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's very bullish on the catalyst, right? I mean, this is your perfect entry with all the talk on right now. But here's the deal: we want to know whether or not this is going to get done. So, last caller said, "Hey, this is a go all the way. This is a time to buy." Bad Scientist says, why not go for possibly a $6 call? 7 was probably a stretch. But yeah, this is showing a sign of going in AKS. So we'll see if it gets done.
Yeah, I did what this guy said in his videos here, and I drew a line on the RSI from the highest point, which is, I don't know, about 80, and I drew it down on an angle so it touched 3 points, and right exactly where it's coming up is right where your entry is, and it's right where the 50-day moving average comes in, and both the MACDs are crossing at the same point, so it looks like it's going to be a decent trend on it.
Yeah, we'll see if it holds. Again, this is a news-based catalyst, so when it happens like that, once something hinders it or we run into a wall, it could quickly change against us just because it's sentiment-based. So let's hope it gets done and it maintains its trajectory moving forward.
Yeah, it had some really high volume today and some decent volume.
Absolutely. 71 million shares traded in the stock. So everybody's looking to jump on and make some money on this.
Yeah, I'll be looking to make some money too.
No problem. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call.
All right. Hey, bye.
Yes, indeed. Let's keep it going. Don't want to beat it up to death. All right. Let's keep it going. DRWN. A clean slate. DRWN. I had this on watch. I had this stock on watch for DRWN with their share repurchase. Stock's down 10% today. I'll continue to keep watching it. The volume's got to stick around. If we start to seeing a decline in volume as what we saw today, that's not good. We always talk about how some of these companies really struggle getting out of these double zeros, right? These triple zeros into double zeros, because again, you've had multiple months of guys who've been camping in this stock, and sure enough, once they get a little bit of volume, from 0001 to 009, they're up 700, 800%. They're gonna take their little $200 trade that's now $1,000, $1,200, $1,100, and they're gonna run with their money, and they're gonna cause the stock to start, funneling or sometimes just break lower, as new traders are saying, hey, what the hell is going on here? Where did all this, demand on the ask come from? So let's see if they decide to hold for bigger gains at higher levels. Yes, indeed. John Rambo said the $5 puts. Yeah, you can buy that if it doesn't get done. If it doesn't get done, sure. The $5 puts on AKS, especially if it continues to go higher and then we run into a wall, those $5 puts will soar in value, as they are losing value right now in the conversation of tariffs being implemented. All right, let's keep it going. AR. And by the way, did you guys hear about Equifax and them having another breach? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous with Equifax and their situation. Ticker AR, Shirley Lewis bringing up AR, and Taro Resources, $19 stock. All right. $19 stock, $6 billion market cap, low PE. So obviously a real company here. Do your research on it. Right now, crossing into bullish territory, up 3.5%. All right. Let's get me back into the pennies. Somebody get me back into the pennies here. I need a penny ticker. SWN. That doesn't sound like a, yeah, that's not a, oh, that is, all right. Southwest Energy. Oh, okay, I thought it was a lot higher. There it is. Okay, it used to be a lot higher. SWN. All right, losing a lot, figuring out a way to trying to get out. You got the MACD crossover here back on the 20th. Been slowly trying to work its way out of that, but it's fighting. It's fighting, trying to find a base of support. And so far, the 350s look like it. Let's break to an hourly and see if we even see a smaller time frame, any kind of support building here. And as we break into the hourly, yeah, we just really having a hard time breaking out of the 380s for the most part, as it funnels between high 350s to 378s and really having a hard time with that. So SWN trying to break higher. 371 right now. All right, another low PE stock. So the value is there. Follow the price of crude. You're going to have to follow the price of crude. I know they've been taking a bit of a beating lately. SWN. We talked about Office Depot last night, and the stock bounces last night. Oh, not Office Depot. What was it? Not Office Depot. Office Depot sold off. Lending Club. Lending Club. If you guys remember, who watched the show last night, we talked about Lending Club bouncing off the sell-off, the low RSI and the hourly. All right. And we said, wow, this is a great setup. Look at that MACD crossover. This is a beautiful time to buy Lending Club. And sure enough, it makes the move in the morning. And, boy, what a trade. It caught it, unfortunately, a day too late. Should have caught it, the day before yesterday. Lending Club, nice move. 15.8%. I think, Bill Betts, you saw that. We talked about that last night. We were looking for the turnaround in Lending Club, and it came a little bit too fast for us. Definitely for me. I didn't know what was going on. I was looking for news. Purely technical based on Lending Club today. ODP is another one that it should happen to eventually. But again, we don't have the signals on any of the indicators just yet. We saw a continuation of the selling from earnings, which wasn't a bad earnings number. They didn't meet sales figures, but for the most part, revenues didn't meet. All right, so same store sales missed, but net revenues did beat. So a very mixed number, but still not good for Office Depot overall. So we'll hopefully see this maybe continue to move lower, but eventually you will see a bounce on Office Depot soon. So I keep watching it. 301, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey Sal, it's DJ again.
All right, what you got for me?
All right, I have EVA and NCMI.
Let's take it one step at a time. And EVA, the $26 stock?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what do you see about this one? I see here pretty light on the volume.
Yeah, it's definitely not a short-term play. This is my favorite long-term stock right now. Huge dividend. I don't know if you can see that, but they have an incredible dividend. And I see them being crazy good long-term. They offer, they're basically like like they're using lumber as a, renewable energy source, especially like in Europe and Asia. Mm-hmm. And Viva's offering basically product that is, actually 3/4 cheaper than what they get over in Europe and Asia. It's incredible, and they're out of the States. I just agree with them long term. You got to check out their fundamentals.
Okay, yeah, I think this one. Maybe the fundamentals are showing a different picture. The chart could definitely be a lot better. I mean, this is a stock that's making new lows. It looks like it's heading in the wrong direction, but again, if you're interested in it, definitely take a look at the bigger picture. PE2 at 176, so the market is definitely pricing it as a growth stock. 176 PE. I mean, this is a very expensive stock at this time. Love to see more volume as well. 45,000 shares traded. But again, if you're interested in, let's look at the bigger picture and pull out that 10K. What was your second ticker?
MCMI.
MCMI. Can I get that ticker one more time?
NCMI.
NCMI. National Cinemedia. Okay.
Yes, sir.
National Cinemedia. Their competitor is the Chinese, I think it's ACM. NCMI, National Cinemedia. What do you like about this one?
Well, they own 40% of Cinemark and Regal Entertainment. AMC owns a large chunk of them. They kind of have a partnership with AMC in a way. It's hard to get information on this company because it's so thinly traded. It's a little bit hard to get information on them. But they're in a transitional period, and everyone that I've talked to is really bullish on them with a 5 to 10 year, long-term goal. Everyone that I've talked to has it at a $30-$40 price range.
Okay.
They've had declining revenue for the last couple of years, except they've closed up their profit margins.
Mm-hmm.
So, things aren't going too well for them. However, they do have that 11% dividend, I believe. And it's, I think they have great growth. I wouldn't put, a ton of capital there, but, if you have a little bit of extra money, you just want to park it somewhere, I think this is a great spot. I don't see it going any lower just because of the fundamentals. If it were to go below $6, I don't know. I don't even know if that would be possible right now with they would be way too undervalued under $6. So.
Yeah, a much better chart than the one before. Definitely a lot better volume, decent PE. Yeah, definitely. Again, you're gonna have to take a look at the story, but it looks like technical analysis, even TradingView's giving it a buy right here, listed on TradingView.com. So not bad. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask you one more question about DRWN. You mentioned it last night when I called about CPVNF. I wanted to know what's the story on that, because I saw like a stock repurchase plan, this stuff, but it was very hard for me to find information.
Yeah, well, it's an OTC stock, man. That's the classic story with all of them. It's going to be very hard to find information on all of them. Most of them are all kind of chat room based, hype based. So it's all about playing the Momo on these plays. So. The share repurchase basically just means that we're going to see a lighter float on it. I'd love to see that actually happen and not just them say it. Let's see if they actually follow through on it.
With these OTC stocks, I see, it's just BS a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's always dangerous to play them. Incredibly lucrative, but again, incredibly dangerous way to trade too.
What? Can you give me a couple for tomorrow? I'm off work tomorrow, and I'm looking to sit home and maybe make a couple plays on the OTC market. Can you give me a couple tickers or?
Well, we'll go through the show, and then just go ahead and watch the show, man, and we'll go through them.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Sal.
All right. Yeah. Let's keep it going. BPT. Let's take a look at it. God, man. BPT. Hey guys, let's get back to some of these lower price stocks, man. I get you guys like the long story here. I get it, but let's just get back. If you're going to take me to a higher price stock, let me be able to buy some options on it, because I'm not buying a $25 stock. I'm not doing that. So. Unless there's some options on it and the options are liquid. All right? You know what I'm saying? Not to sound, not to sound like an asshole. I just want to get back to, we trying to keep the money moving here. We're trying to, get in and out and move on to some things. We're not falling in love with these things. If I'm going long on something, it's Amazon, it's PayPal, it's Facebook. Other than that, fuck it. OMVS, OTC. Yeah, this has been labeled a scam for a long time, so I don't know about OMVS moving forward, man. I don't know about OMVS. That's been long exposed. But guys are still trading, and they're still talking about it in their chat rooms. But David from InvestorsHangout.com, he called it a piece of shit on his channel. And shout out to David. I haven't seen him live in quite a minute. I don't know. Has anybody been over there to Investors Hangout? I know he's busy with the kids and whatnot, but I think he hasn't done a stream in a while. All right, OMVS. But tell me why you like it if you do like it. But not a big fan over here. K-Mac, appreciate you. MOSY. K-Mac 15 with that. Nice day today. Here's another slow kind of stock. Again, chart is ugly as shit, man. I don't know what this thing is doing. What is it doing? All right, let's go back. We're gonna find out let's look at a weekly here. All right, so at least the weekly kind of tells us where. All right, so the weekly shows a much better picture of where MOSY is doing right now. And again, if you're wanting to be patient, if you're the kind of trader looking to be patient, it looks, again, in the long term, all right, month or 2 months, it's going in the right direction. Obviously, the way this month is setting up, you've got a few red days. Well, last month is setting up. You got a few red days, but not bad today. MOSY up 5.5%. Not bad on the weekly. Daily, very, very choppy. Very, very choppy looking. All right. You said he does go live Mondays and Wednesdays? Okay. Yeah, shout out to David from Investors Hangout. Streaming only Wednesday, busy with the website. Okay. Yes, indeed. Joe Silver, you said stocks 1 to 4. Yeah, I love 1 to 4, particularly for shorting too. Or unless, I'll go up to 11 or 10 if it's a real pump and dump. Shout out to guys who were able to get the few shares of WNDW. Exposed that company a couple months ago on my channel, Advanced Equity Research, on my blog rather. Way to see that collapsed. I mean, there was barely enough for me to go in on there, but I know there were some guys who grabbed what little there was on some other brokers. But way to see that one collapse today. WNDW, a company that has been trading for well over 5 years, never made a dime in revenue. Horrible. Again, exposed on my website, advancedequityresearch.com. They came after me hard about it too. Sent me a cease and desist and everything. But the truth is the truth. All right. Let's keep it going. DRRX. Might actually be some more meat that you can take off that bone, being that the float is probably increased now that you've got some long-term holders out of there. DRRX, $1.32 a share, up 8%. DRRX, this is a nice one coming out of those lows from end of October. Getting me in there kind of late, but looks like a gap fill, kind of like AKER. Very similar looking kind of chart in AKER, where you had the falling window, and now all of a sudden you broke out of those lower level RSIs, and now you're moving higher to fill it. Moving higher to fill it. Your fill is what, 830 or 180? Yeah, about 180, 183. 180, 183. DRRX. Again, follow the story there. Light volume. I thought you'd see more ride. I did like the fact that they beat their earnings numbers today. As you can see here, news. Company topped 4Q, fourth quarter revenue forecast. All right. Flush. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already knew what that was going to be about. IMNP, Joe Silva. Yeah, nice move on this is the one this is another one that's been a loser but has ran in the past. This has done some multiple days in the past. If you go back to when I started the show, used to be a lot more of a popular ticker to talk about when I started the show here. July 2016, July 2016. IMNP. Again, don't fall in love with it. Nice day, but don't fall in love with it. This is another biotech play that I don't, see sitting on that exchange much too longer, right? We've seen so many biotechs get delisted, INVT, DCTH, RNVA. How many biotechs have we seen come and go since I started this show? IMNP, I think no different. But right now, guys loving it. Looks like there was some news back on the annual meeting of stockholders. Moving that higher. 250, you're on the air.
Hey, Sal, it's John Rambo.
Hey, what's going on, John?
Just chilling, man, chilling. Just watching the show. I might have a good ticker here for you.
Thank you, please.
It's CSOL.
CSOL. All right, CSOL. I don't think
it should come up as like China Solar, some bullshit
yeah,
that.
China Solar and clean energy. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I don't know whatever happened with China Solar, but the ticker went dead, company went dead, whatever. And then a few weeks ago, they had a filing out of the blue, and they announced a new CEO. So what it looks like, with a little bit of extra digging, is this CEO, I forget her name, Sally Shields, I don't know, some shit like that, but apparently she's got all these contacts and connections with these marijuana companies out of California. So what's looking like, you know, could be happening here is a reverse merger play into the ticker. And then further to that, all out of nowhere, 783,000, shares traded today. So a nice volume spike as well. So I picked up like 100,000 at 3 cents today, just sort of a gamble play.
Yeah, just to see what could happen out of this, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I've mentioned before, I love these reverse merger plays. These are the things where you buy in at 3 cents and the thing goes to fucking 30 cents in a couple days potentially with the right filing, So
absolutely.
I got my chips on the table, man. The wheel's spinning, and hopefully I get a banger, man.
We'll see. I appreciate you bringing it up, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, basically from here, I'm just waiting for a filing or, an 8K saying they're doing a merger of some sort, and, boom, boom, straight to the moon.
That's what it is. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate the call, man.
Cool, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. And look, he's doing the right thing. I mean, that's another way to kind of play these. That's another way to play these. You're either camping these triples, you're buying, falling out of love, former runners, or what he's doing, and he's basically going to OTC markets or using what his broker or whatever scanner he's using to find companies that have put out news in regards to new entities that have taken over shells, new business, new line of services, whatever that is, right? And who knows? This stock could get pumped. This stock could, start to release game-changing news to bring that kind of volume to send it higher. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. So we'll see what happens with this. And it kind of brings up, if you remember, a company that we talked a lot about last year, AMLH. This was a very similar company that did a reverse merger, right? Came in very quietly. Then all of a sudden, just as John just got off the phone saying, these are one of those kind of plays that just kind of soars out of nowhere. And you got to really be smart about how to play these because they come and go very, very quickly. They come and go very, very quickly. 301, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey.
Hello?
Hey, this is Dr. Butterfly. How are you?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
I can't complain. So I haven't been listening all week, so I hope you already didn't discuss this, but I do want to know what you thought about Spotify.
Oh, okay. So the thing about Spotify, I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be a huge moneymaker for anybody who gets in it, especially, for the first couple of days. You can never predict what's going to happen next, but I think if you get in it the first day, second day, we should see this move significantly higher. I have no doubt they're going to open up at 3 digits, so you're going to be looking at 100 plus. Some people have said, no. This is not going to be a $7, $8 stock at all. In fact, there was some articles. If you look into it, there were some articles where in the private market from wealthy investors, they had already priced the stock at about $124 within the private market. So
but my concern was that they haven't made any profit, kind of like Snapchat. So that was my concern.
Right, absolutely. I mean, the market is going to dictate over the course of time whether or not that makes sense. But there were many companies, for example, Amazon, still is profitable to a certain extent, but for the most of their beginning several years, they weren't profitable.
Right.
At the end of the day, Spotify does make over $4 billion in revenue. Now, yes, they had incredible cost, but they are making money. They just haven't been able to get it down to the bottom line. But they do make a significant amount of cash, unlike a Snapchat that isn't necessarily very profitable or revenue generating to begin with too.
Okay. Do you think it's a case of they're making good money? Like I know Amazon likes to reinvest in their different things that they do because they're very cutting edge and they always reinvesting. Do you think it's a case of that?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously there's something fundamentally wrong in terms of their ability to get that profit to the bottom line. So they obviously have a cost issue that they've got to work out. So coming public allows them to get, excess cash and, not profit, but money that they can use to fix that, whatever that is. We don't know what that is because we don't have they're not a publicly traded company right now. Once they become a publicly traded company, deliver some earnings, we get a little bit more news from analysts in regards to why they haven't, been able to become profitable, then we'll know what kind of changes they need to make. But right now, it's all a guessing game for everybody involved.
Okay, last question. Do you think you get in right away or you wait for a pullback, wait for all the hype to die down, and then get in?
That's a tough question. I think if you want some quick money, yeah, I would play the first day. Hell yeah, the first day. I would definitely play the first day of a company like Spotify. You can go back and pull up charts like Snapchat or even companies like Blue Apron. Yeah, I mean, the very first day, these are always great companies to trade. Now, be very, very careful over the course of the next couple of days because at the end of the day, the market starts to dictate and say, hey, I don't know about that valuation. I don't know about, that management team. I don't know about that particular product or service. So the first day, hell yes. After then, then if you're not going to get it on the first day, then you're going to be waiting for that dip.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep doing an excellent job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, play the first day. But if you're not going to play the first day, then you're a dip buyer. Because other than that, you're padding somebody else's gains. Yeah. He said AMLH and Astrid. Yeah. That left a real sour taste in her mouth, man, because she really bought that story hook and sinker when we talk about AMLH. And we tried to warn her, didn't we? I tried to warn her about it, man. But, the CEO was coming on live and making all these promises. And, people start to buy into the story. And it is what it is. Absolutely, Fisher G. It's going to run incredibly big. Again, the first day, possibly the second day. But, if you're not going to buy in, you're a dip buyer. Joe Silva, you said those are camping stocks. You don't really have time for it. Absolutely. We love those volatility plays. I get you. Let me get that for you, Spotify. What day is that? I know they filed. I don't know if they have an exact date yet. They filed on the 28th, but I don't think they have an exact date to go public yet. They're going to be listed as ticker SPOT. Let me see here. Do they have a date yet listed? Yeah, I'm not seeing a date yet listed as well. But again, the shares in private share sales, between 90 and $124. This other article says $132.50 possibly. The company could be worth as much as $24 billion. So yeah, this ain't going to be no penny stock, guys. This is going to be a very, very expensive stock at open. And here's the thing. Unfortunately, like most publicly traded companies, when they announce, they're not going to have options available on day one. They're not going to have options available on day one. So you're going to have to go in this pure cash. All right, pure cash in stock. Yeah, Mr. Bishop. Yeah, remember Mr. Bishop? Where's Mr. Bishop now? Guys, is basically vanished. Guys basically vanished. TNDM. 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 All right, here's another one. God, I'm going to have to pull up some of my shorts because some of these longs I'm getting are pretty horrible. Did anybody jump in that TENX alert? I posted it on Twitter. Again, shout out to the guys who are taking advantage of black box stocks because you got the alert at 9:30. Was it like 9:33 or something like that? TNDM. Nice stock. Let's go to the hourly. My favorite. All right. Looks like we missed the train there on TNDM back on the 15th. All right. Bullish momentum being shown here, crossing that 50 RSI. Left you in the dust as it's bouncing above that 50 line. Has been staying there above it. MACD crossing, though, so interesting take on the MACD. Not really. A little bit of divergence there. But, again, just a slight loss of strength. But for the most part, the stock's been holding the threes pretty well on TNDM. Looking really healthy here on the multiple-day daily chart. You know, building strength, increasing volume. Let's see if that volume continues to take it. I mean, why not? Let's go to the 350s, 339 right now. All right. Stock company's hemorrhaging cash, though. Company is hemorrhaging cash, so it is a money loser. Be careful with that. All right. But it has been beat up for most of 2017, trying to do something different in 2018. Trying to do something different. But yeah, the ticker we got the alert for this morning was TENX. Incredible, incredible trade. Like every ticker that you hit on black box stocks, after it's all said and done, your biggest question is, why didn't I put more money in it? It's always like that. Why didn't I go bigger? Why didn't I go larger? You know, TENX, nice trade. Again, that came out today. Let me see. Let me go log in and see. I want to get the exact time we got that because it was so impressive when that came out. TENX alert. 1 second. All right. TENX alert was at 10:22. 10:22. 10:22. TENX. All right. High of the day was 1273. I don't know who had the balls to hold it that long. If you had balls to hold it to the 12s, I commend you. I commend anyone who had the balls to hold it that long, as much as that thing swung after it crossed that 10 MA. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I gave you the alert at 10. Let me see here. 10:33. In fact, somebody's saying, show it to you. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you because a lot of people don't believe it until they see it. Let me log in here, and I will show you how Black Box got you in there really quickly. All right, 1 second. Let's go TENX. And I'm going to show you real quick. Let's go screen. Oh, nope. Wrong screen. 1 second here. So here's the screen right here for TENX. This is the alert right here. Squeeze it. All right, let me show you that. There it is right there. And this was the alert on TENX price at alert. All right, to be exact, it was price at alert 589. Here was the high of the day. Obviously, this is after hours, but this was the high of the day, that $12 price. That's black box stocks for you. So as the alerts come on, you get the price at the alert, and then you can follow the built-in chart. I don't like following the built-in chart because you're not able to see the candlesticks. So when you get the alert, you pull it up on TradingView or your broker's platform. You put your 10 moving average a long line with it, and if it holds the 10 MA, that's how you go long. That's the decision you decide to, you know, that's when you decide to go long on that. So you'd use, this is your TradingView chart. All right, you get the alert in the morning. You put your 10 MA, boom, here's the 5-minute, my favorite. You put your 10 MA just like this, and that's how you follow it. 1, 2, 3 candlesticks, I'm in, boom. And then I'm going to stay in until it fails it. And that's all I do. You just stay in until it fails it. Now, obviously, you can stay long in this, right? Following that RSI as long as it stays above. That's kind of dangerous, though. I'm not a big fan of following the RSI on a 5-minute time frame. All right, this is going to be a pure momentum play, so I'm going to use just the moving averages to keep me in and to decide whether or not for me to get out. But that's how I play that. All right, so back to the chat room. Back to the chat room. He said, what do I think the dollar is going to do with all of this mess? Here's the thing, man. You know, you had his, I should know all these guys' names. I guess it's so many people. They're coming in and out of the damn Trump White House. I mean, here's a McMaster's gone. I mean, every 90 days is a damn new person. But what's Cohen's first name? What's Cohen's first name? What's Cohen's first name? His Commerce Secretary. What's Cohen's first name? I can't keep forgetting the name. I'm just gonna call him Cohen. I forgot what's the Commerce Secretary's first name. But anyway, he was the guy who said he wants a cheap dollar. He wants a cheap dollar. So you can't have tariffs and have a cheap dollar. You know what I'm saying? You can't have both. It won't make sense. All right? It wouldn't make sense. So the dollar should increase if these tariffs are implemented. The dollar should increase. And especially if we start to get kind of like a trade war going here. You know, and a trade war is very different. It's not a literal war. It's basically just, a business war, a fee war. As different industries start running into, times where, of course, cost of being able to ship that good into that country starts to get much more expensive. Yeah, Michael Cohen. Yeah, thank you, mission partner, Michael Cohen. Thank you. That's the guy's name. I think it's Michael Cohen. All right. Michael Cohen. He's the one that came out and said he wanted cheap dollar, right? Let me see here. Was that him? Is that the Commerce Secretary? Let me see. I'm looking him up. Commerce Secretary. I forgot his name. What is that guy's name? No, that's not even the guy I was looking for. I'll figure it out. 251, you're on the air. What's going on?
Yo, Sal, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on with you, Anthony?
Not much. Hey, that VTNL, do you think it's gonna retest tomorrow?
VTNL?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did have really good volume today. I wouldn't bet on it, man. I think you got a lot of people left up there. at those higher levels. I mean, here's the chart. Again, you got the sellout after power hour in particular, right? I mean, this is 3 o'clock, and everybody's like, fuck it, I'm out of here. And VTNL sells off into the close. I'm not a fan of the chart that looks like this to start off the day tomorrow. Even if you have a run in the morning, which could happen, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a run in the morning, now your goal is to see it break that 0080. If it doesn't, then it's coming all the way down. Now you're talking about it losing possibly 50% intraday if it doesn't break through 0080 tomorrow morning.
No, okay,
so yes, you could get. So to answer your question, because I can't be definite, I can't say yes or no, because you just can't with these things.
Because I was looking at the RSI, what Bass was talking about, how he was talking about how it goes down below, sell the volume of how it goes down, and he said if you're gonna get in, that would be the point to get in it, to get in the stock.
Yeah, so Tim Sykes teaches a strategy like this. He's all about the panic buy, but the panic buy is typically what happens in the morning. So if we had seen a chart like this where this was, 10:30, 11:30, and then it did that, then you would jump in at that time, right? But this is toward the end of the day, and he calls this a very bearish sign if you watch his training. So I'm not a fan of it because now you've left a lot of guys who are really sour, looking forward to selling tomorrow at any high to help recover any kind of losses that they didn't see coming. So VTNL, you've got some people already who are looking to sell tomorrow early into any kind of buying activity. Those become your resistance tomorrow, and they could very well send the stock lower if they're too heavy.
Yeah, I gotcha. Now let me ask you something. IPOs, when a new company coming out, what is your take on that? What do you think on that?
Well, yeah,
like company.
Yeah, we just got done talking about Spotify. I mean, it depends on the company, man. A company like Spotify, $23 billion valuation, huge company, very popular. That's going to run, but any kind of not off-brand, but just a company you never heard of and you never really did any research on, then I would never jump into any kind of play like that. But Spotify, yeah, man, first day, if you got the money and you're willing to, get in and be able to make a significant return on it and it's worthwhile to you, yes, I would definitely play that day 1, day 2, day 3. But
I don't, and I don't think it's going to open up that high. I don't think they're going to open. It's going to open that high because they're just like Snap. They thought Snap was going to open up. I think Snap opened up at what, 17?
Yeah, $17.
And I think they were shooting for like 20 something or 30 something.
Well, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, the market is going to decide, man. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they say they want to price it at, and it's what's really unique about this spot trade is that they're actually not pricing it out at anything. So whatever it opens up at is what they're going to run with. So it's going to be really interesting. They're giving the market the power to decide where this is going to start out at, and I have no doubt you're going to have banks, you're going to have institutions, you're going to have individual traders try to jump in and try to get something for the low, but we'll see what the market decides, man. That's all we can do.
Okay. All right, Sam, man. Appreciate all the knowledge that you give me, Ken, and everybody else here in the chat room, and y'all keep it up, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Every time I get a win, look at the PayPal, man.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. And tell everybody hit that like.
Yes, indeed. Hit that like button for me, guys. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. I'm just trying to get my 10,000 hours, man. I'm just doing it in a public way. All right? Read that book by Malcolm Gladwell that in history, 10,000 hours has been suggested to be the amount of time it takes to become an expert in any particular field. 10,000 hours of deliberate practice is what is needed to become world class in any field. All right. So I'm just trying to get my 10,000 hours in. All right? Because I'm understanding that this is a long game. Let's keep it going. AFMD. I see quite a few people bringing it up in the chat room. AMFD. 235. Again, this is a company I don't know too much about, though. AFMD, very light volume. It's very lightly traded. As you can see here, all the action has been relatively recent. Very lightly traded anytime before then. So you're going to have to let me know, 305-600-2896, what the story is on this one. Yep, up 9%, but let me know what the story is. Other than that, not much I can tell you. Not much I can tell you. Yeah, Gucci, you're absolutely right on that VTNL. Kind of too cheap to short. But bag holders, as what Fisher G said, bag holders is what's going to keep you down on a lot of those OTC stocks that run and sell off into a close. All right. They're right now somewhere nervous. They can't wait till 9:30 tomorrow. They can't wait till 9:30 tomorrow to unload on new buyers. That's your resistance. Mike said Spotify will be very much like Snap. Could be. We could end up like but at the end of the day, man, Snap didn't come into the market making $4 billion either, though. Snap didn't go public making $4 billion. So I wouldn't run and buy puts when they become available, too fast. All right, from the publicly available information that we have, Spotify is already earning over $4 billion in revenues. CEI, yeah, we talked about that one. All right. On the lower time frames is where you kind of see the run moving higher. All right. As you can see here, moved beautifully starting yesterday. CEI. Beautiful MACD crossover. CEI. Very, very bullish. Very, very bullish on CEI right now. All right. Very, very bullish. All right. Don't chase it, though. Don't chase it. You're getting up there, though, on this time frames. RSI, so you could have a sell-off already starting to happen on the lower time frames. Let's get to a lower time frame and see if you're starting to see it slightly showing a bit of weakness. Not yet. Here's the 5-minute, 10-minute actually, and you don't see any weakness showing just yet, even on these smaller time frames. All right, over the last 2-3 days. Still holding relatively well, and that's still translating into that hourly time frame still. All right. Not bad. Is that true? The popularity of it caused it to rush to buy? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's truly, like Snap at the beginning, truly a millennial stock. Truly a millennial stock. Joe Silver, you said you got in at 9 cents? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I'll give you a ka-ching on that one. If you're in at 9 cents a share. It said, any options plays for Friday? That's a good question. One in particular that I was looking at, no, let's see, it wasn't NVDA. What was that? Cat. I believe it was Cat. Cat hourly. All right, trying to play the bearish sentiment on Cat. A continuation of this. If this tariff thing is real, then we're going to see Cat continue to sell off and retest those 144s. Cat could very well lose another $2 or $3. It lost $4 today because of all this tariff conversation. And I think Cat, if you're looking for, again, if he's the real deal on this, which we had some callers say he's going to make it happen, then yeah, I'm buying. I want to buy puts on Cat tomorrow. I'm looking at that. Also, the car manufacturers, GM, You saw what GM did these last 2 days. Today, very aggressive selling in GM. Slight return there toward the end of the day, but again, yeah, that's just going to be a bull trap as that conversation becomes a lot more serious. In fact, I took something off Bloomberg. When I watched it today, and as you can see here, there's that action you can see here. The average car has about $830 worth of steel, $400 worth of aluminum. They suspect that Ford raw material costs could rise over $300 million. GM costs could rise over $200 million. All right, that's a huge effect that's not baked into the price right now. So eventually the market will find out where that value is in the price, and we're going to get there. Is that 34? Is it 33? Is it 30? Is it 29? Whatever that is, I want to, go along with it and find a great put opportunity to take advantage of that. So CAT, GM, Ford, a little too light, but those kind of stocks that are going to be affected by this tariff, I want to play that. Also, some of the airlines too. Although the airlines haven't seen it hit so not bad enough yet, but starting to see the airlines even go perish because, right, they got to buy planes too, right? I mean, their planes are, for the most part, built in the United States. All right. Mission Partner said, should we be buying aluminum miners? That's an interesting. Hold on. Can you mine aluminum? Aluminum, I don't think aluminum is mined. Right? Aluminum doesn't. Hold on. I'm not big on my metals, but I thought aluminum was something of something else, right? Aluminum doesn't come out of the, does it come out of the ground? Aluminum is a chemical element with a symbol of AI plus atomic number 13. It is a silverite soft ductile metal in the boron group. Okay. Let me see. Exit by mass, aluminum makes. Okay, so it does come out of the ground. Aluminum makes up 8% of the Earth's crust. Blah, blah, blah. Aluminum metal is chemically reactive. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it does come out of the ground. I don't know why I was thinking aluminum is a byproduct of something else. I was under the impression that it was a byproduct of something else. It wasn't necessarily straight out of the ground. Aluminum is a good thermal and electrical conductor, having 59% of the conductivity of copper, while only having 30% of copper's density. Aluminum is capable of superconductivity. All right. Not bad. Corrosion resistance. All right. Not bad. All right. Got a lot to learn about my metals. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Let's keep it going here. We'll wrap the show up. CYPE. Gucci, OTC penny stock, especially when we talk about oil and gas, they're all fucking scams for the most part. Play the Momo, though. I mean, if you're in it from the lows, play the momentum. But, they're all pieces of shit when you're talking about penny stock, oil and gas stocks. All of them are bullshit. Most of them don't have any real operations. In fact, I'd love for anybody to find me one OTC stock, oil and gas, that actually has real rigs in the ground getting oil. I have yet to find one. Since I've been trading. I mean, real digging out oil out of the ground. I have yet to find one. Yeah, Foot Locker earnings. I didn't think anybody would bring that one up. Foot Locker Looking forward to Foot Locker losing on same-store sales. They mentioned that last go-around, but it ran last go-around, though, back in November. They came out and said the same thing, which I expect them to say tomorrow. Same-store sales were down, net revenues not bad as they think, so it goes higher. But I hope not. I hope this come crashing down to earth, right? And I can run in and grab some 38 puts. But for the most part, it ran on bad news last time. So we'll see what happens again for Foot Locker. CYPE has an incredible track. They all have an incredible track record, Gucci. But let me know. I mean, if I'm missing out on something, does he have actual rigs in the ground, though? I need you to answer me that. Does he have rigs in the ground getting oil? Or are we talking about this is what we're going to do? Let's keep it going. JSN. Up 26%, $2 stock. $2 stock. JSN. Some of you guys need to start getting into shorting, man, because sometimes there's ain't really shit to go long on, man. The money is faster when you go short sometimes. That's why if I'm going long on something, it's volatility. That's why I need that black box stocks, and I'm pushing it so hard because it's a one-day thing. You get in, you get out. But when you're just hoping and praying for your stock to continue to go up, boy, it's just, it just really tests your nerves, don't it? Really just tests your nerves. JSN, 24% gain today. Unusual volume for the stock. 500,000 shares traded. Other than that, it's rarely, if ever, traded. As you can see here, very ugly looking candlesticks throughout the day. Way too many wicks on that low volume. Because when you have a low volume stock, your bid and ask are wide. So that's why every damn candlestick has a damn wick to it. Just because you just have these wide spreads throughout the day on illiquid trading. Mission Parker, absolutely, man. Look into it. Do your research on it, man. How about a Friday show tomorrow? How about not? How about not? I'm doing this at the end of the day for the love of the trade. And we have a life a little bit. HMNY. Let me see here. HMNY. Are you just talking about HMY? HMY. They still haven't came out and said whether or not that movie pass is profitable, has it? They still haven't came out and said that yet. The stock got upgraded, though, like a week ago on HMNY, but it didn't move. But the company did get upgraded. I'm still waiting to see some talk on those numbers. HMY, the gold play, Harmony Gold. Again, you're going to have to follow the actual price of gold, which is volatile in itself. In fact, let me pull up the ticker. Let's pull up the price of gold and see where we are right now per ounce. 13.17. Again, this is live. Gold trades Monday through Friday? 24/7. It is a 24/7 market on gold. As you can see here, last couple of days haven't been so good. Let's go on an hourly. All right, hourly getting a bit bullish here for today's trade. When did that start at? About 2 o'clock. Start that beautiful, nice, big green bar. All right, but again, you're gonna have to follow the commodity to really win. When you start talking about buying gold stocks, of course, you can buy the ETFs, give you a little bit more volatility, bigger bang for your buck. JNUG. All right, bigger bang for your buck going with JNUG. Nice candlestick again with the turnaround slightly in gold. In fact, let's see if that was corresponding to the same about time. Did we see that happen at the same time? Yes, you did. So around 2 o'clock, Just as we saw on the actual price of gold, we saw, gold stocks, this particular gold ETF, soar along with it. So nice move. Now, JNUG is going to give you the volatility. That's why when you talk about trading commodities or commodity-based stocks, these leveraged ETFs give you huge moves to the upside when the prices are going right. So I love these ETFs. Again, when the commodity is going in the right direction. All right. I said your niece said they love me. I appreciate it, man. The Superman hat. Yeah, this is my favorite hat to trade with. The Superman hat. One of my favorite hats to trade with. Love the Superman hat. Then I usually got some 50 cent blasting or something like that if I'm trading or working on my website. All right. Said options is where it at, but you don't want to write options unless you got 3K one moving. Yeah, options is good money. Great money to write options, especially, if your trade is bullish. For example, on the market last year, the 2017 market, this would have been a beautiful time for you to write calls, right? I mean, write, this would have been a beautiful time, for you to go into that market. What's the name of that guy who sells that book on CNBC? He said he started for $4,400. And he started with $4,400, and now he turned it into $50,000 a month monthly income, which, by the way, now is actually $75,000. He's got a YouTube. He's got a YouTube page as well. I forgot his name, but that's basically what he does. And that's the thing about his program. It doesn't really work in a bearish market. He moves into a different strategy in a bearish market, but the strategy he's selling on TV is particularly for bullish markets. It's particularly for bullish markets. Look into that guy. I forgot his name. Guy, he's selling a book on old guy, man. Let me see. I'll probably Google CNBC. I forgot his name. What's that guy's name? Chuck Hughes. Chuck Hughes is his name. Chuck Hughes and the Trade Like Chuck strategy. Yeah, his strategy is not cheap though, man. His strategy is not cheap. Looking into the strategy, to do it effectively, you need at least, I would say at least 25K to do it right. Because you're going to be writing, you're going to be writing calls, man. You're basically writing calls, out of the money calls, that are likely could be expiring worthless in a very short period of time. So he's basically making money that way. All right. Interesting way to trade, though. Good money. Good money. Yeah, Trade Like Chuck guy. At the beginning, some people were calling him a scam, but he did put out all his information out there for you to see. How can you doubt him when he's that transparent? EPE, yeah, we talked about EPE. Again, the daily chart showing real beat up, but you're going to have to go to a smaller time frame to see the turn. All right, you're going to go to a smaller time frame to see the turn. Turn is showing up on the hourly, and I think it was the weekly. Let's see, yep, on the weekly. You're seeing a little bit of, getting those doji candlesticks setting up here, but, again, man, God, that's why sometimes, God, I hate. Not a big fan sometimes when you're just waiting. But I would, yeah, man. You're going to have to wait for some bullish confirmation on this. Wait for some bullish. But I love what he's getting. Here's the daily chart. I love what you're seeing here on MACD. All right, RSI looking for the bullish crossover. on E, but I'll wait for confirmation, man. If you're not already in it, if you're in it, man, rejoice. Hope you get bullish confirmation tomorrow. Otherwise, low RSI. Yeah, I would say low RSI. Yeah, definitely a lot lower yesterday, right? It was a lot lower yesterday. Moving up that RSI ladder though, not bad. Yes, JDST is the opposite. JDST is the opposite. All right. But going over again some really great puts that I had on my website. I really would love if you guys get into put selling. CANN, that's going to start selling off here. That goes bearish. We're going to be, well, we actually did break that support low. So CNN is going to be going to worthless. That's probably going to be going to $1. Quite a few little pump and dumps that ran that they're going to be slowly grinding. BUDZ, that's another one I'm holding. CBDS, it's another cannabis stock that you know, is fighting for its life, but it's going to be selling off and crashing any day now. Any day now. All these companies are for the most part illegitimately running off the hype that was marijuana for so long, and now they just got too big for their bridges, and they got to come all the way back down. Come all the way back down. All right. Let's keep it going. And speaking of that, TENX. We talked about TENX. This is another one that's yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, is on the radar. Let's look at the 5 minute. All right, showing on the 5 minute some weakness developing in here. Could see that break lower tomorrow. That's got a lot of meat on that bone. Good news, right? I mean that you know, the clinical data that they provided today on that on their drug. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. But 128%, yeah, that's going to give some of that back, and that's where you come in tomorrow again. On, I want to say the 20. Let's see what the 21 is. Oh, actually below the 21. Okay. Where are we at on the 50? All right, so they're 50. All right. Crack below the 50. You're almost good night. Coming back lower. Who knows where the low could be on this? But again, watching that tomorrow. Don't like trading on the 1 minute, 2 minute. You already know what it is. 5 minute or a higher time frame for me. Fisher G said short the hell out of it. Yeah, it's going to pay back some of that 128 tomorrow. It's definitely going to give. I think in the morning you could find some slow money trying to go for the squeeze because they know you're shorting. They know you're going to try to short. They know there's some guys who are short there, 330, 345. So they could try to squeeze you out at the beginning. It's a great strategy. All right, great strategy to try to push guys out in the morning and possibly, you know, jump into a squeeze. But for the most part, that should be coming down tomorrow. All right. And that's a high probability trade. We've talked about a lot of stocks that could go up, but that's a high probability. That's why shorting, you know, I like it. I like it. I mean, it's just a much more higher probability to win. NOG, get to those higher time frames. NOG. Northern Oil and Gas. All right, look at that one. Let's see the cross here. MACD cross. Bull cross right there on the 50. I like that. That's a nice move. You missed it. But going in the right direction. Going in the right direction since then. Those, what is that, 195, 190? It was actually 190. You're at 220 now. Beautiful call, though. Beautiful call on NOG, moving higher. All right, let's see if it sustains itself. That's all you really can do. Appreciate you, love of money. Appreciate you, love of money. Lord Yase, yeah, it could very well do that. It could very well do that. But it's a high probability short for tomorrow. Very much a high probability short. All right. So again, market-wide, we're going negative right now. Well, just right now into the tariff conversation. Every day we're going to get more news about how, extensive this is going to be. Is it going to translate into some other fields, or is it just simply going to be a steel or an aluminum thing? Can it transfer into other products like meats or certain fishes, or what's going to be the counter, that these countries are going to offer the United States? Does China say they no longer want our peas? Do they no longer want our meat, our cheese? Who knows? And how that's going to affect the market, worldwide. We'll see how that because we could be in for a trade war, and we'll be here to watch it all right here on Penny Stocks Live. All right. So again, we didn't have too many incredible runners. Not too many incredible runners, but solid gain today. Solid gain today. Again, if you had TENX, that was the trade of the day by far. That was the trade of the day by far. I put this out the other day, which was MNGA. I posted that on my Twitter account, telling you guys that was being pumped by James Connolly, the penny stock egghead. But as you can see here, this is kind of how it played out today. You had that pump. He actually started pumping. I think I posted that. When did I post that? I posted that. I can't remember. I want to say I posted on the 28th. I think I posted that on the 28th. But MNGA, you don't have to go on my timeline to prove me right. But MNGA got pumped today. Of course, you had the selling into the close, but got to as high as $1.72. Was as high as almost 40% for the day before, unfortunately, doing what pumps do, which is sell off into the close. All right. Legendary H. Nah, you're not blocked, man. I can see you. All right. Real quick, let me do Andrew Gladness's trade. Appreciate you, Andrew. I know you could be somewhere sleeping, bro. I know you work your ass off. RMGN. Starting to look bearish on the hourly. Let's go back to a larger time frame. All right, RMGN still showing the bullish momentum in this daily time frame, but again, if you go into a smaller one, the hourly, showing some bearishness coming into the stock. In fact, if you shrink that down, let's go to a 10-minute. Yeah, we'll go to a 10-minute. Volume is pretty dry too, my man. As you can see here, we zoom in a little bit, and you're seeing few gaps in here. Really wide trading habits. My man. Yeah, you're not getting a very strong pattern that's developing even in these lower time frames. So you're seeing declining strength. That's showing in these lower time frames, moving into the hourly. But yeah, man, this is getting weaker. This is getting weaker. As you can see here, the RSI showing it, along with MACD also proving that as well, as that starts to cross over. Again, very light volume, but you'll start to see this sell off. Let me know we'll bring it up, next week. We'll see what happens with it tomorrow. But weakness showing in the chart of RMGN. All right. Thanks, analysts. Earnings is coming soon. All right, earnings is coming soon, period. Okay. Appreciate you. Last few tickers, just real quick. Crone. Is a marijuana ticker? OTC? Let me see here. I'm not familiar with this one. Is it pretty light? No, I actually got 11 million shares traded. Kronos Group, listing on NASDAQ Global Market. Oh, so this is okay. This is pretty new, as you can see. Okay, Kronos Group. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. CRON, not the cheapest stock in the world, but that PE ratio's got my interest. That PE ratio's definitely got my interest. Used to be PRMCF. Oh yeah. Yeah, that PE ratio, man, trading at 265 times earnings. That's a very, very expensive stock at these levels, man. All right, already seeing MACD crossed over. And then this is the hourly, so we're already seeing, even in an hourly time frame, already seeing some divergence happening here as this moves higher. A little bit of resistance at these 10s, these high 9s. Let's move back into the daily. All right, there it is right now. Oh yeah, it's going to give some of that back. It's going to give some of that back. But again, look at it in a smaller time frame to show you some real weakness. Let's go to a 5-minute. Let's go to a 5-minute. Oh yeah, you can see the weakness developing in here too. Look at that. All right, that 1003 is your ceiling. Already fighting those high 9s. You're looking like the retest. Where is my 50 at? Oh, you're sitting on it. Okay, show me the 100 on the 5-minute. 929. 929. And plus is a NASDAQ stock too, so you know it. You know there's shares available. Thank you for bringing this up, man. At 5%. Oh, wow. This is beauty. This is a beauty. Trading at 265 times earnings. I'm going to have to find what the book on this is. I have to find what the book on this is and what the float on that is too. Lord Yase, he says a definite break. Yeah, it's holding the 50 really well. Holding the 50 really, really well. All right. But again, showing weakness in the smaller time frames. Going to the hourly just because I want to find that security. This is too far. It's not enough time for the moving averages to really build on that. So I'll just get rid of that right there. But even on the smaller time frame hasn't caught up. Oh, close. All right, 5. 5 is up there. Holding the 5 on the hourly. What's the 10? Is that close? 10 is 921. All right, and you can use 5 and 10 like a 4 and 8. You can use that like the 4 and 8 that Bad Scientist uses. But yeah, very, very, very bearish here. Again, I'd probably use the 5-minute chart. And then you're not going to use the 5 and 10. You're going to move to a 50 and 100. That's a beautiful. You'd love to see this crossover. You see this crossover, you can go for the safe short at, what is that, 929. That's a pretty safe short there. And see for the retest and possibly find, if we find support at 862. It's just an estimate. Great trade though. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, the Federalist. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, man. All right. Press like on this video right now. Press like on this video right now. All right. I know, look, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part, this isn't always the most exciting thing in the world. For me, it is. I know, but I feel like sometimes I'd be boring the shit out of y'all. But, I mean, this is just the business, you know. This is just the business. Definitely get the book Trade Like a Business. Those of you guys who are into, let me see if that Traders Library, go and grab some free books out of the Traders Library. I've given the link several times to it here. He also on his website sells training videos. Don't buy from him because I've heard people sending him $60 for a video and they never got it. So just go to his free trading book section and get his books for free. Here's the link in the chat room. Here's the link right there, traderslibrary.com, traders-library.com. I've always said a great return on investment is one of those cheap $40 tablets off eBay or Walmart and just taking an hour or two a day and, you know, reading some trading books that will show you some things you just won't see from me. You won't see from guys who are on Twitter or on Snapchat. that you really need to know. That you really need to know. All right. And sometimes you just want to read an econ book just to get a broader sense of what's going on and a broader understanding of what's going on in the world. And you can actually understand, what does it mean to this country when tariffs are implemented on goods like steel. You got to know those kind of things. All right. No problem, Andrew Gladness. Yeah, relative, and I got out of hell. I got out of hell. It was, shout out to Bats for the suggestion. Shout out to Bats for the suggestion, though. But sometimes it doesn't always go right. Took a small loss on it. But yeah, here's beautiful confirmation, and Bats had got us. I think it was like I think it was the 23rd that day. Yeah, Bats called. He said it was probably bullish. And, look, it doesn't always go the right way. And then oil slipped up, too. So oil slipped up, too. So it doesn't always go the right way. And sure enough, you had the beautiful cross, MACD crossing. Then it went bearish here with the RSI crossing. And it's been a beautiful bear call since then, losing in just under $1.25 or so. But, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Press those like buttons. Press those like buttons, man. I can't see how many likes there are on this video right now. You can see it, but I can't see it. All right, but I appreciate you. I know we got some people watching on televisions and whatnot, too, who can't do that. All right, H-A-L, Halliburton. All right, let me go ahead and ring the bell, get you guys out of here. Great day. Great day. I hope you guys are putting money to work. Hope you're putting money to work or stacking or paper trading, or paper trading, whatever it is you're doing, preparing yourself for when you get that money, right? When you get that money that you need to trade, then you know what you're doing. A lot of guys wait till they got 5 in their account, 10 in their account. Nah, man, you got to prepare yourself mentally. So when it comes, you know what to do with it. When it comes, you know what to do with it. Don't come watch the show once you got money. Come watch it when you don't have money. Yes, indeed. All right, let me ring the bell. Yes, indeed. Appreciate all of you. Great day. Appreciate you. CRC. Who brought up CRC? Desert Edge. What's going on, Desert Edge? Hold on. I can't ever put away the conversation about some money. Okay. I see the cross. Let's go to the daily real quick. I'm going to get y'all out of here real quick. Oh, got the doji. Okay. You got the doji. All right. Okay, Desert Edge. I see you, man. I see you. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we have a continuation of the good times on CRC. Again, I got some money elsewhere, but for the guys who could be looking for a trade, again, it's not a cheap stock. It's a $14 stock. So again, do your research on it. But there's quite a bit of meat on that bone on a turnaround, though. I mean, coming from these low RSI levels, even on the daily, where are we on RSI? Oh, wow, what, 29? 29. And as you can see here, if you pull out the chart at these low RSI levels, it's not too bad of a buy when it starts to turn around. But again, it's not showing here on the daily because that's a higher time frame. You got to really zoom in. That's why I love the hourly again. But showing something. $14 stock, though, not cheap. I agree with you, Wande Casa. More correction coming soon. I agree with you. We had that article yesterday on Market Watch, still very popular. 9 experts predict more correction coming soon. More correction coming soon. All right. So could very well continue, especially with some of these top stocks still staying below these 50 RSIs. You see Apple being one of them. Apple being one of them. And by the way, Apple is also another stock that when these tariffs are implemented, you also going to want to short too, right? Apple is has a significant amount of exposure to the Chinese markets. So that's a stock you're going to want to be bearish on after that deal is signed. All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Joe Silva. Yes, indeed, man. Helping you make money, definitely helping me make some money. You know, I wouldn't be doing this if I ain't making no money. So I appreciate you, bro. Just trying to become a quote-unquote master at this field, putting in what I need to do to get my 10,000 hours. I appreciate you. Lord Yase, thank you. Desert Edge, thank you. DPG, JT the Bullhead Trader, Shirley Lewis, Desert Edge. Again, Lord Yase, Jim Gray, thank you, sir. Cool Cat Beats, Waves 24. So much opportunity, dude. There's we go through how many tickers a night here? At least 60, 65, if you really count. If you really count, there's way more opportunity than you have money to trade. You know, that's what it is. That's the trader's dilemma. Jerry Spangenberg, thank you, sir. Succeeder 82, thank you. All the guys in the chat room, Callie, Rob, Bad Scientist, all the guys who are in there, I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. See you back here, same time, same place next week. Take care, everyone. Happy trading.